A red herring. This is actually a Baltic herring, and they blow bubbles out of their butts. But before I can explain their butt bubbles, and how those bubbles caused 15 years of tension during the Cold War, we need to do a quick dive into the anatomy of these herring. The very short story is that these herring have a unique physiology, wherein their swim bladders are actually attached to their gastrointestinal tracts. Now, a lot of other fish species, their swim bladder is attached to a specialized organ called a gas gland, which was responsible for the inflation and deflation of said swim bladder. Unlike most fish, our herring actually have to swim to the surface to gulp air, or, most of the time, release it through a similar manner, in our case, out of their butts. And these bubbles released from their butts have been called pulsed chirps, or, as I prefer to call them, fast repetitive ticks, FERTs for short. So how does a fish FERT cause international tensions? Well, it's partly in thanks to a navigational mishap of a Russian submarine in Sweden's waters. In the incident, named Whiskey on the Rocks, a submarine ran aground just 10 kilometers away from one of Sweden's naval bases, and it was detected to have uranium-238 on board, a critical component for manufacturing nuclear weaponry. This happening during the last years of the Cold War obviously escalated tensions pretty dramatically, and Sweden from this point on was on red alert for submarines in their waters. During this time, they kept seeing these really strange acoustic signals that looked to be something like a submarine engine or possibly a sonar, but they couldn't find it. They spent 15 years and countless man-hours trying to hunt down these signals, or these submarines as they believed them to be, every time to come up empty-handed. While this was going on, they kept going, "Hey Russia, why do you have submarines in our waters?" To which Russia responded, "What submarines? We have nothing there." After all this back and forth and all these exercises finding nothing in their waters, they eventually brought in a pair of civilian scientists named Magnus Wahlberg and Håkan Westerberg. They were the first civilians to ever be brought into Stockholm's military acoustic surveillance facility, and they helped the Swedish Navy figure out what was causing these signals. They discovered that the acoustic signals they were seeing were in fact schools of herring all FERTing at the same time. This did also help them discover what these fish FERTs are actually for, besides just changing the fish's buoyancy. They've been found to also be used as an escape mechanism or as a flight response, and of all strange things, for communication between the fish. Thankfully, it was just fish FERTs, and not